When we use the word apostolic ministry is really about sitting. Sitting for what? To get instruction. To get access, to know favor and authority and privilege and influence that's being bestowed upon you. You get to sit on the throne with him that's already seated. That's access. You get to see everything that he's doing before he does it. I'm talking to somebody. Now watch this. You ready? Y'all intrigued? 10 says, and Jesus said, do what? Make the men. I wonder why he had to use the word make. Woo! Come on. I mean, back in our verse in Ephesians 2:6, and hath raised us up and made us sit. Anybody remember back in your school days that you just had a problem sitting down? Come on. There's one over here. He's saying, not me, not me. Come on, tell the truth. Anybody, you just had a problem. The teacher just had a problem getting you to pay attention. And finally, just sit. Now, my mother had some other words in there. Sit, yo. Some other thing, to get your attention. But the point was, sit down. Why is that important? Because in a posture of sitting, you pay attention to details that you would normally miss when you're running around trying to get God to do something. Now watch. Now look at how the verse reads. Now there was what? Much grass. Y'all didn't read it again. Now there was much grass. No, say it again. Now put this on the terms of Jesus grazing some sheep. They are so high up, it should not have been any vegetation in this area. So the fact that there was much grass already in the area already spoke to the provision that was already in motion. Y'all not hearing me. I'm saying the miracle is already in motion before you open up your mouth to ask for it. Woo! Listen, here they are. They are so far up and down. It shouldn't have been any grass there, but the Bible says there is much grass. I'm asking you, does it look like a miracle around you? Does it look like something is about to happen around you? You say, I don't see it. Sit down. You got it. Now listen, they didn't have nice chairs like this. They didn't have lazy boys and that stuff. Jagged and rugged. But Jesus said, I'm not only so concerned about your provision, I want you to be comfortable when I do the miracle. Sit down. Doesn't it sound like a setup? Huh? And you just want to eat, and God said, I want to show you eternal provision. Huh? You want a bill paid, and God said, I want to get you out of debt completely. Y'all not listening to me. So what do you really want? Okay, let's get back to the text. Okay, you ready? Okay, all right. And it says, so he set the men down in number about 5,000. If you go look at Mark's account, he actually set them up in ranks. That's the same thing that happened with the 70 under the administration of Moses. They were captain of hundreds, and captain 50s, captain 10s. So you got people in groups of 50s and 10s because we're talking about another administration. So Jesus said, here's the struggle with you getting into your next place. It's not about if I can do it. What if I want to administrate it differently than what you're accustomed to seeing me do it? What if I really want to do a new thing?
That's it right there.
Okay, you didn't like that either. Jesus took the loaves, right? And they did what? And? And? Uh-huh. All right, and? Oh, wait. You ready? Now, I've lived on this before, and I went back and I looked at John's account, and every way I read it, somebody's going to come up short. Okay. So when I went back and read Mark's account, it looks like Jesus blessed it. Then he took the bread, and then he divided amongst his disciples, but he's got 12 of them. And now my human element got in there. Okay, I got 12 disciples, and he took, wait a minute, he got 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread, 12 disciples. So if you split the bread in half and gave 10 of the disciples each a half of your 5, then that covers the 10, and then you gave the other 2 the fish. Now, I still got a problem because I want to know who you gave the fish to. Would I rather have a piece of fish, or would I rather have bread? And then you say, well, why does it make a difference? Because we all God's children. You know it makes a difference. We sit in the room right now. You know ain't in the world. You're going to be sitting at the table watching mama dish out something, and you ain't going to measure who got what. Why don't you only put a little bit in my glass? Y'all feel me yet? Don't be sitting there saying, no. Absolutely. You sitting there thinking, I want to know if they really cut the loaf in half correctly. Because if I got a smaller piece, it's an indication of how little he loves me. I want to know if I got the fish head or the fish tail, because that's an indicator. You know how we do. Sorry, so whose story are you going to believe? See, I would rather believe John. Not that one scripture is right over the other, but John had a very keen insight into the divinity of Jesus Christ like no other writer. So this is what I believe. Jesus blessed it, and he took 7 pieces, and he put them in the hands of 12 people. So we're short about how many pieces? 5. So who would have gotten what? I'm almost there. This is not my message. This ain't even punchline. Who would have gotten what? If I only got 7 pieces and I got 12 disciples to give them to, who am I going to put it in the hands of? Easy. He only gives seeds to sower. I'm going to put it in the hands of the one who can multiply it. I'm going to put it in your hand because I know once it touches your hand, because you're already a giver, and you're already proven to be a gatekeeper, I know it's going to multiply when it leaves you. Come on, y'all. Y'all not feeling me yet. So here I am seated. Now, this ain't about pecking order. It's about how I know, how am I going to get to this 5,000? I got to entrust the provision in the hands of people that I know can let it flow through them. Because if I put it in somebody who's selfish, somebody ain't going to eat. Woo! I'll shout on that one for you. Why does God operate like? Because God is about kingdom. Kingdom is about advancement. Advancement is about reaching the whole world. And I can't have you blocking the people that can't get to the road. Mad or glad? Okay. You ready? You ready to holler? Luke chapter 14. It's anybody eating good? Y'all want me to stop, don't you? Must be close to that time. Now, I have seen this verse flipped and sauteed and baked every which way but the way that I'm about to give it to you right now. It just blew my fuse, all of them. You ready? I'm in Luke chapter 14, verse 28. All right, we use this as foundational scriptures, talking about purpose and destiny and how that we must have counsel and an intent and a plan long before we get into the manifestation or the building of the project. We call it a blueprint. You got me? Now watch this. For which of you, come on, you got it? 20. Which of you intending to, what? Wait. Ah, come on, you ran over too fast. I'm going to build something. But before I build it, before I start implementing this vision, what I need to do? Sit down. First, I need to sit. No. I should get my team together and tell my team no, you may not have a clear picture. Sit your janky tail down. Sit down. I'm sorry, was that too offensive? Sit down. When? First. But I can do it. I know how to do it. I can see it coming. I can sit down first. And what? Okay, but look at the posture. Sit first. Well, what is that going to? Because there's a checking element in the seat. Now, I thought I was done with the verse. But look what else he said. 31. Or what king going to make war against another king? Oh. Wait. You telling me before I engage in spiritual warfare? Before I start telling the devil what to do, and you mean the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty in God to the pulling? Yeah, before you start pulling down a stronghold, set your stronghold down. What? So what I've got to say, I know you think you know how to fight and do some warfare, but I need you to sit down because maybe I want to do this differently. What? Why would you want me to sit when it's obvious I should be fighting? But you have been fighting and been losing. How about fight by sitting? Fight by sitting? How can I win anything sitting? Because when you sit, what you're acknowledging to the enemy, my big brother Jesus has already made you his footstool. What you gonna do? David said, when the wicked came upon me to eat up my flesh, guess what? They stumbled and fell. Why? Because I was chilling in the secret of his tabernacle. I was hid in the secret place. I was under the shadow of the Most. Y'all not hearing me. I just set my heart on one thing. If I desire to the Lord, that shall I seek all the day. Just let me sit. You don't understand that when I chose that one thing, it's like he lifted my head up above my enemies. Everything that I thought I was looking down like this. For real. Y'all not listening to me. One thing if I desire to the Lord, that shall I also seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his tabernacle. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me. In the secret of his tabernacle he shall. All I got to do, ooh, this is so good. Sitting. Is that possible? Is that possible? Let me close with this thought. 1 Kings chapter 10. Here we go. Then we'll pull it in. Are y'all mad or glad at it? Mad or glad? Now, watch this. See, I believe that the ministry of Jesus Christ was a picture of showing us what the real apostolic kingdom really looks like. That he gives us opportunity. He grants us access to sit with him in his throne. The greatest picture that I have of that is in the Old Testament with the reign of King Solomon. 1 Kings chapter 10, and I just want you to see something. Whoo, it's going to be juicy right here. Whoo, I need to get over on that organ and play myself some music called David Encouraging Himself in the Lord. Woo! You ever had your own service by yourself? That's what I'm talking about. They good, aren't they? Woo, I'm about to have one right now, my own service. Woo, glory. Are you ready? And when the queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of the Lord, she came to prove him with hard questions. And she came to Jerusalem with a very great train, with camels that bear spices, very much gold, precious stones. And when she had come to Solomon, she communed with him of all that was in her heart. And Solomon told her all her questions. There was not anything hid from the king which he told her not. And when the queen of Sheba had seen all Solomon's wisdom, and the house that he built, and the meat of his, woo! There it is. And the sitting. Ask your neighbor, do you know what room we're in right now? She saw his servants sitting. Huh? Something about that just gets to me. That here she is. She's coming to see his wisdom. Proverbs 24 says, through wisdom is a house built. So she's coming to see the house. What she's coming to see is a picture of what this kingdom administration looks like. And when she sees it, everything is in such order. But what catches her is his servants are sitting. It's like they are aware. You keep reading. It's not that they're not aware that they have duties and functions, but it's kind of like Mary. Mary has chosen the good part. Martha wants, why don't you make Mary get up and serve me? And she's still sitting at the. You don't understand. I know when it's time to serve, but I also know when it's time to hear. There is precious jewels coming out of the mouth of Jesus, and I need to sit myself down.
That's right. Good job.
Listen to me. The word that Mary heard that in the visit when Jesus came the first time was preparing her for what was about to happen with her brother. Now, she still had questions. She still wondered why Jesus delayed. There were still some things in her mind. Lord, why did this have to happen this way? But when Jesus came the second time to raise her up, Mary is still sitting. I'm telling you, you could be at your worst, ugliest moment. But if you would just sit down, there will be a heavenly impartation in your spirit that will adjust how you respond to the situation. And guess what? Things may not look any better, but in your spirit, you'll know that it's why, because your God is still seated on the throne. She didn't know what to do. She looked at the sitting of his servants, the attendance of his ministers, their apparel, the cupbearers, his ascent by which he went up into the house of the Lord, that there was no more spirit into her. And she said to the king, it is a true report that I heard in my own land of thine acts and of thy wisdom. Howbeit, I didn't believe it until I came. Right? And my eyes saw it. Behold, the half was not yet told me. Thy wisdom and prosperity exceeded the fame which are happy. Happy are those thy servants. What do? They are continually before you to hear your wisdom.
Oh, that's good.
Does it make you happy to sit? Or do you feel, I just need to be doing something? Anybody got energy like that? I don't do good sitting there. I just get nervous. I just feel like I need to be doing something all the time. And guess what? You're not getting anything done. Sit. And he closed the book. And sat down. I had asked you to get on your feet, but I think the sitting down posture is real. It's working real good right now. Come on, Elder, play us some sitting music. Said, I've never been to the service like that. Folks said for the altar call, we're going to sit down. How could that be? That's good. Come on in the room. If there's some individuals around you, said, I'm having trouble slowing my mind down. I'm having trouble slowing my emotions down. I'm having trouble just getting off this roller coaster. I'm having trouble being still. Preacher, I believe what you said. I know there's some truth in that, but I'm just in one of those places. So sometimes you just need somebody. Would you help me sit down? Make me sit down. God, right now, all across this room, as we're seated here in heavenly places, give us another picture of glory. Show us your finished work. Help us to celebrate like the angels do our past, our present, and our future. God, and the only time we move from this seated position is to bow and worship. The only time we move from this place where we rest in your finished work is when we're so overwhelmed by your glory, we fall at your feet and say, you are worthy to receive glory and honor and power. God, and I'm not saying that in the literal sense that we never move, we never walk, but we never leave this place where we give you total control over all the affairs of our life. And God, when we're not seating, where we're not seated, we are worshiping. And when we're not worshiping, we're seated. And when we're not sitting around the throne with you, we're on our face hollering, glory, glory, glory. God, now, help us to see that there is much grass in this place. Father, help us to see that the provision and the miracle is already in motion. God, help us to see, Lord, that you have entrusted our provision in the hands of people, they can multiply it. Father, I thank you that it's not a little coming, it's a whole multitude coming. It's enough to feed nations. God, the fragment and the residue of what you have in our hands is enough to feed the nations, enough to feed the city. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. There is none like you in all the earth. Oh God. Where we would call it barren and desolate and stuff drying up, and I don't know where my help's coming from, and I don't know how I'm going to get through it. God, there is much grass in this place. Much grass. I need you to anoint my eyes with eye salve so I can see. I need you to take the blinders off my eyes so that I can see. I want to see your appearing. I want to see your appearing. And oh God, if I see you, I can be just like you. God, I'm not just after stuff. I want you. I want more of you. More of you. More of you. With my soul, it is well, it is well with. Now I just need you while you're seated there. Come on now, you might need to move on this one. I just need you to do some evangelistic ministry on your road. Just look around you, make sure everybody's all right. Make sure everybody's all right. We're going to transition here in just a minute. Everything's going to be all right. Come on, I just feel the word of the Lord here. No, say glory. Hallelujah. I want to pray for people that's got a little, because I hear the Lord say your little is about to become much in this season. Whether it's little faith, little strength,